Hello and welcome to another video from Only One Bread. It's been a while, it's currently March. I think the last time I filmed a video was in January. I forget when the last time I uploaded a video was, probably also in January, if not earlier. So yeah, if anybody out there is actually watching these, welcome back to the channel. The reason I went offline for a month and a half, well, I will be honest, sometimes I do just go offline for a month and a half for absolutely no reason. But in this case, I was busy with exams, which are now done. So I can now have a chat and make a video. I've just realised I was going to stamp these. You know what? I'm just going to stamp them off camera. I'm sorry, guys. Because I find it quite difficult to stamp, actually. If you don't know, I have a book stamp slash I can't remember what the word for it actually is, where you kind of imprint on the book, and it says like property of whoever I am. But today we're doing a mini haul. I went into town today and I rewarded myself. And due to my hard work with exams, I rewarded myself with a mini haul. It's only 3 books, okay, so don't come at me. But here we go. So first book is Hooked, and this is by Asako Yuzuki. I don't want to butcher that. And apparently it is the same author as Butter, which I haven't read, but I know that Butter is like really, really like well received. And also, like Butter, this also gives me the vibes of like problematic lesbians, which I am always, always, always here for. So I'm just going to read this out. Eriko's life appears perfect: devoted parents, pristine apartment, and a high-flying job in the seafood division of one of Japan's largest trading companies. Her latest project? To introduce the controversial Nile perch fish into the Japanese market. And it's characteristically ambitious. But beneath her flawless surface, she is wrecked by loneliness. Erika becomes fascinated by a popular blog written by housewife Shoko. Shoko's posts about eating convenience store food and her untidy home are the opposite of the typical Japanese housewife's manicured lifestyle. When Erika tracks Shoko down at her favorite restaurant and befriends her, Shoko is at first charmed by her new companion. But soon Erika's obsession with Shoko begins to spread out of control, threatening her carefully laid plans. I just love it when mentally unstable women have sex. I just think that's like iconic queen behavior. I'm sorry, like I've been watching like a lot of these like Instagram reels that are like that Gen Z girl who has no personality and only talks in memes. I fear it's me. Apologies, guys, but like I really need to start reading more because I've sort of fell off from reading because of exams, but I need to start reading again. And it's been a while, to be fair, since I've read something that's actually like deep. Um, I don't know if I will actually read this anytime soon, but hopefully I will. But like, I feel like I will love this. Like, I just love it. I love dark stories, morally ambiguous characters, etc. So, next book. And this is buy one, get one free, so this is why I got the next one. And I just heard noise, but it's my neighbours. So this is Orlando. And from what I understand, it's basically like a sort of almost reimagining of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So there's this character, Aline, who is like a typical good girl, I suppose, doesn't really do anything out of the ordinary, sort of follows the social norm. But she has a voice inside her head that is yearning to get out. And the voice is said to be brash, boisterous, sexually adventurous, and is the antithesis of Aline, who is a prim literature professor, from whom each day promises to be as quiet and conventional as the last. And this alter ego is known as Orlando, however, is male. And it says, taking on a life of his own, Orlando, Aline's second self, slips into the taut, rugged body of a young man. As Aline continues unaware, Orlando follows. So I'm not entirely sure how this is going to play out. I've not quite understood if this is the second alter ego like taking over Aline's body, if there's going to be like a physical transformation into like a male character, or like I don't know if I don't know if I'm just dumb, but I took this wording to be like intentionally ambiguous in order to generate interest, because it also sounds like maybe this alter ego could possess someone else. I don't know, I could be way off with that. But regardless, I thought the idea of like a sort of modern reimagining of like the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde story was interesting, and I thought this was a very interesting sort of juxtaposition of this prim and proper female character with this actually boisterous alter ego who not only was the antithesis of her personal, like in terms of personality. Apologies, I kept hearing noises, but anyway, it was just my neighbours. But anyway, so back to Orlando. Yeah, so I thought it was interesting that her kind of alter ego is a man. I'm not sure if this is going to be like a trans allegory, or whether or not it's intended to be interpreted that way. To be fair, I don't really think it's matters what the author intended. I sort of my mind went there, and I'm sure other people's minds went there. So yeah, no, I'm really excited. I think this is gonna be really cool. So yeah. Right, this next one is purely like a vibes pick. I'll be honest, I don't even know exactly what this is about. But this is These Shattered Spires, and it's sort of I read in the blurb that it was meant to be gothic. It's high fantasy from what I understand, and I think it's like a group of like misfits going on an adventure together, like Six of Crows style, which I think is right up my alley. And to be fair, I got hooked in because it was described the world. So this is how it's described, right? The world around them rots beneath a tooth-filled sky. Four human familiars are forced into a deadly competition to rule it or die trying. And then they say there must be something beyond the decay of four spires, beyond the sky made from teeth and spittle. Now I don't know if this is literal, but if it is, that's cool as fuck. Yes, give me a sky full of teeth and spittle. Go off, I guess. So basically, I don't know. I kind of just picked it for the vibe. It's like the review says, gothic, visceral, and utterly compelling. These Shattered Spires is the first book in the Weirdos trilogy. I don't want to say weirdos. Maybe it is weirdos. It's weird with a Y. So basically, it says that it's a group of four human familiars. Now, I'm not sure what the magic system in this world is. Obviously, normally a familiar is like a sorceress's companion, but the fact that they're calling the human familiars, maybe they're like slaves for like a higher magical race. Because I'm not sure what's going on here. There's Taro, a bone witch obsessed with her ex. Elliot, a cursed and vengeful blood disciple. Nixie, a botanical familiar with a ghost in her bedroom. Alex, banished from the infamous Stone Tower and trapped in the Lethal Library. And they are going on a quest to help rule the kingdom or die trying, apparently. So I don't really know what this is about, not gonna lie, but I can't say I'm not intrigued. And I love a good like misfits gang story. You know, like I said, I loved Six of Crows. Six of Crows is up there as one of my favorite like fantasy novels of all time. It's so fun, and heartbreaking as well. But yeah, I'm. I just thought it would be cool, and the cover kind of got me. So yeah. Right. So those are the books that I bought today. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. I will see you next time on Only One Read. Bye.